Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Campus Quest, and today, as you can see, I have a guest with me. Her name is Precious, and we'll be talking about being a student entrepreneur and balancing it with school, with academics. So, welcome, Precious. Good to have you on today's channel.
Thank you, Praise.
So, I'm sure that you're going to enjoy this. So, stay tuned and let's get into the video. What did you study in school?
Okay, I studied computer science with mathematics.
And when did you graduate?
Graduated in 2019. That's 2019.
Yeah.
2020.
By the way, bit of my classmates. Not
Yeah.
my classmates. But yeah. So what business were you into in school?
Okay, so I was into business is buying and selling. I was into Zekar Ata. Okay, so I was selling First off, I started selling bedspread.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you asked. No, what was bedspread?
No, I first started skirts.
You started from
Oh!
Maybe it's like
Okay, so I'm doing this thing for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I first started taking pictures in school. So when we had this ASU strike as a degree,
Yeah.
I learned how to snap pictures with the photographer. I know how you want to learn because when you say snap, you felt like freedom, if you know what that means. So when I went to school, we were doing, there was something we did. Okay, maybe one of our roommates had a birthday. There was somebody that had a birthday that was like, that's how I started taking pictures anyway. I went to print it in town, like area Mayfair. Then I started taking pictures, right? Then at the point I started taking pictures, I think it was time demanding for me because I had to go to town to print pictures. And it wasn't every time people were taking pictures, maybe during birthday, I mean the advent of having phones, people started taking pictures. I also now started selling bedspread at the end of part one and skirts. So you know those places skirts that people started wearing. Yes, I started selling that. And I discovered that people used to use wallpapers in their walls. So
Yeah.
sometimes I was fueling myself.
Yeah.
So like, okay, let me start selling wallpapers. And I started selling wallpapers. But finally, prior to that, I was basically selling bags, figure wears. That's bit of people there. So let's see how I'm selling bags.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Yes.
bags.
Yeah, nice. So, was there any point at any point where your work or the business you were doing affected school, or how were you able to balance, being a student and also being a successful business entrepreneur, student entrepreneur?
Okay, so successful business entrepreneur, successful student entrepreneur. I won't exactly say successful because
she's being modest here.
because you know how now that we're grown,
Yeah.
we're learning that before you even start a business, you should understand what a business really is. For me, when I started, I just felt like there's a need. I can buy and resell and make profits, It was just a profit for me at that point. It's like, okay, I mean, I know I think at that time I used to sell wallpapers. They used to sell wallpapers 500, 700. And I bought somewhere in Dumont for 250 naira. So I just felt, okay, I buy some more, bring it to school and sell. So, and that's how I was making profits. So, how I was able to balance it, I'm actually a very spontaneous person. I can be a spontaneous person sometimes, and I can also be a structured person. So what I would say worked for me is for my academics. I saw my business as a side business. I saw my academics as the first thing.
Yeah.
So that was priority to me, and anything that has to do with my academics took priority over business. So I would say one of the things that works for me in terms of academics is after class, I like to just go through whatever it is they've taught us. It helps it to stay right. So most of the time I prepare for exams, I'm most likely to get a recap. Except for materials that the lecturer just released 2 days in the exam, right?
Yeah.
But for things that they've taught us in class, give or take that week, not pass without me going through my notes and having an idea of what we've done. So I didn't necessarily have to do so much reading as it were. So I still had time in my hands because I'm a church girl. So if I'm not in church, if I'm not in class, I'm probably doing a business, selling and stuff. And also one of the things that actually helped me was because I had a roommate that was also our bestie.
Yeah.
And she was amazing. Sometimes I'm not in the room because, like I said, I stay back on campus to read after class. So she doesn't like to stay on campus. Once we're done with class, she's back in the room. So people come to knock on the door and they meet her there. And she sells it like it's her business. She also carries it like it's her business. So having good friends that are also trustworthy is a plus. I can't say she ever took my money. In fact, there's anything, she negotiates better. She sells better when I'm not there because I'll be like, oh, this is my customer, let me give person discount. She'll tell you this is the price and you buy it,
Yeah.
So it also helped me to balance it. But see my academics as priority and having a friend that actually supported me really helps me to balance doing business with academics.
Okay, so you finished well, and you also, were there any apart from what you mentioned, structures like that you specifically put in place to support that kind of thing? Yeah.
Okay, so I would say that with the little knowledge I had then, I'm actually somebody that I'm a structural process person. So
Okay.
so with the little knowledge I had at the time, I had days when I actually go from hostel to hostel. I think I used to go on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You know, sometimes Saturdays when I'm free, but I used to go like every other day. I do want to choke me, so I didn't used to go every day. And sometimes this my bestie will also follow me. We'll go together, we'll go to SH hostel, we'll go to Visa, carry bag and say, we're selling X, we're selling Y, we're selling Z, and shoes, wears, bags and clothes. No, I didn't sell that. Shoes, tops, skirts, sneakers.
Yeah,
At the time. So I used to sell like every other day. Then I had a book where it was like my petty cash book. It wasn't anything online like the way we have now. Everybody's putting it in an Excel sheet. Of course, Excel was there, but I just felt like it's not that deep. But I had a book where I'll write how much I made, how much I sold it, how much I bought it first, how much my selling price is, and how much profit I made. You know, and you know the way goods are. There was a time that we had an infestation of rats, and it ate some of my stuff. You know, so I had to just balance. Okay, how am I going to exactly make a loss? You know, from all of these things that I can no longer sell this. So how do I balance that? So I just had a book to take note of what I was selling, what I bought, how much I'm selling, how much profit I'm making, and it also helped my bestie. So when she sells something, she can also purchase what I sold. You can just put it in that book. So those two things, having a place where I document what I sell, what I buy, what I sell, then having days when I go around to tell people that I sell this. Then of course sometimes freestyle days. Do you remember I used to sell vintage socks?
I remember.
So I'll just take the socks to class.
Yeah.
And I will just be like, oh yeah, bring 3, make I buy. They'll just be like, okay, let me buy. And I'm like, oh, you are really selling. I actually made a lot of money selling socks. First of all, it was very handy to carry to class.
Yeah.
So I just bring it out and everybody's like, oh, this girl that ties scarves. she sells socks. I'm like, yes, I do. And I started telling more people and telling more people. So for structures, those are like the two things I do.
So you during the break you restock, or when you restock?
Okay. Again, gift of people. You can't do life alone.
Yeah.
Right? You always need people. So whenever we're resuming, of course, I buy a lot of things because I know that we're going to like 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
But sometimes sales really good, and I just need to buy some more stuff. My siblings or my mom and my sister sometimes help me. Even my neighbor, she was not that, and she took me to go for the first time. You know, so I'm like, I need to buy this, and she helped me buy it to my mom, my sister, and helped me send through the bus part. I could never have done that myself while in school, and it would have been so stressful traveling to Lagos and coming back as a student. I mean, I say I'm assistant, so I buy a lot of stuff up front when I come to school. When sales is really good and there's a lot of demand for something, I'll just be like, please help me send this. So if you
Okay, so I think we've said a lot, but I would also like so that you would be able to answer specifically the challenges you had to overcome being a student entrepreneur. Were there like rules in school? Because there are some schools that have like certain rules you cannot sell or you need to take permission. Like, were there things that were like challenges that you had to overcome, or things you did to overcome there?
A lot of things are just rushing through my head right now. So in school, it's not legal to sell in hostels.
You went to what school?
About University.
I knew that.
So it wasn't legal to sell in school. So by legal I mean as a student. So they have people outsiders come in that maybe they'll just settle the portals and they'll be able to sell. In fact, they'll be able to display. There's one big place in the middle of Mozambique where people will just stay and sell. Right. But if you're a student, we're not supposed to sell. But what happened was I wasn't in the hostel for a long time. I started studying end of part 1. So we're almost done. I think English or physics was like our last paper. So I went to Lagos and I came back. Then I moved to maintenance. So I would say that I even wrote my English paper for part 1 of maintenance. Maintenance is an hostel in Obafemi University, private hostel. So it wasn't really an issue studying in private hostel. But coming to the main campus, sometimes they will let you in. Sometimes they will, or sometimes they will not. So you have to go back with your codes. And I also remember there was a time I and my bestie went to Muro campus to sell. And we almost had an accident. In fact, I was able to have an accident. We went to sell shoes, sneakers. Before we could even go in, I think the hostel mistress first, we had to just talk to her. She finally let us go in. We were able to sell a couple of things, but we didn't make sales as we expected. But we had a lot of things to bring back when we were coming back to Ife. And the bike that we entered, I didn't know what happened. Maybe he missed his step, something happened and we almost fell off the bike. And then because when I got back, I'm like, hey, what the hell sell that?
Yeah.
You know? my first advice is try to do a business that it doesn't involve you to do something. That is, you're selling a product. If you're selling a service, it will actually demand of you your time.
Yeah.
But if you're selling a product, especially when it's a perishable product, like maybe earrings. You can just keep it when you have deliverables for maybe a project, an assignment. You don't have to worry that it's going to spoil, right? And once you are done, you can come back. So I propose or counsel that you sell a product rather than selling a service. But if you don't have a choice and you sell a service, that's also okay. But you just have to be more structured in planning your time, managing your time. Selling eggs, selling pure water. Take a cue from things that people need or people buy a lot in your environment. Because if I say sell eggs, sell water, I'm just saying from what I observed in school, people used to have to. You don't want to go and buy fish in markets. Just want to really have something to eat. So people buy eggs or fry eggs with bread, and people drink water. They don't want to drink school water.
Yeah.
So people, if you sell water, you sell a lot. It's just that where to put the water, how you want to inconvenience your roommates, people that stay with you if you're not staying alone, right? You can invest in cheap wares. You can sell wares. Yes, you can sell thrift wares. In fact, you can sell new wares that are not expensive, like cheap ones. You don't expect students to buy turkey wares. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Or,
But especially in a private school,
yeah, private. Well, maybe in a private school, right?
Yeah.
But I know because my stars went to private school.
True.
They actually not a lot of them want to put a lot of money in buying clothes. Do you understand? Some of them when they get home, that's when their mommy gives them money to buy clothes.
Yeah.
So it's not like from their pocket money that they want to buy expensive
That's very
clothes.
true.
You know, so you can invest in cheap wares. Just observe what's trending. The one that my sister really sold was it abaya? This gowns.
Oh yeah, but yeah. I thought she sold Crocs.
Crocs is what she sells now. But what she really started selling first was all these gowns that
Yeah,
very luxurious. Yes, that's what they wear because they have restrictions on what they can wear, what they cannot wear. So they were stylish, so they just took a style out of it and she really started selling it. You know, and she was selling it $500 less than what the stores in their school were selling or what they were selling. So she actually had a lot of people buy from her, and after a point, like I said, restrictions, they stopped letting them bring in stuff. So they were going to settle their stuff. In fact, I remember a time when she actually folded the clothes like there were clothes in the box. She didn't pack them as she would pack them normally.
Yeah.
But when the restrictions became really serious, she just stopped selling those wares. So selling wares can, selling jewelry can also help you. But I'd like to advise you, if you can put money together and attend a sales training, see, like I said, knowledge is gold. Don't feel like, oh, what do they want to teach me? CapCut. Don't trivialize knowledge. And you're going to mingle with people that have gone ahead of you. They will model possibilities to you as well.
Come on.
Yeah, like you can't buy possibilities. You have to catch it. And one of the ways you can is from somebody who has gone ahead of you, and they're training almost like you'll not be free. So if you can put money together, you might be able to see some sales training for 10K. I'm currently in a sales training that I paid 35K.
Oh really?
Yeah. And that's where the whole inspiration of this doing this content that I told you about. So don't trivialize knowledge. You might not know a lot. In fact, in that training, we had a class where they shared like 10 business ideas for people who don't know what business to start. Do you understand? So there was, you could sell bags, you could sell shoes, you could do graphics designing, video editing, social media management. But again, you have time in your hands. You can't do social media management. You can't do it because it's very time demanding. If you're working for a big brand or maybe an influential person, they want to have posts up every now and then. So it's very demanding. So just look out for what suits you, where you are in terms of the academics. Some people are somewhere in the academics where they need to put a lot of time. Maybe they had some grades that were low due to some things they could not manage and stuff. And like, okay, they cannot really give a lot of time. So for people like that, I don't recommend service, sell a product. Sell a product. When you have time, sell the products. Let people know that that's what you do. Oh, I have something like selling. Like a lot of people, some people that I know from event days because they patronize me or they heard I was selling something like, oh, this you sell, you not sell. So those ideas, just look at the focal point is look for what is of need around where you are. One of the things that made me start selling socks was because vintage socks started trending.
Yeah.
Guys will wear trousers and
Yeah,
nothing wrong. Yeah, because they know their vintage socks.
And they're also shoes.
And then right, just broke.
Yeah.
So I was like, how much do they actually buy these stocks? I went to FCB and I saw they were selling socks for 300 to 50. And I actually went to a market and I could buy a dozen for 850 at the time. 12 pieces.
Wow.
So I started selling my own 200 naira.
So cheaper than
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I was making like 700 naira on one dozen. Then and now started buying a lot, and it was why because of a need. Yeah. So you're not yet a Dangote spaghetti. You are just trying to meet a need. So don't fix yourself and say, oh, it's only socks I'm going to be selling. What if socks goes out of broke? What keeps business in business because they have customers?
Reinvent yourself.
Yeah, reinvent yourself. Don't be fixated on, oh, I only sell socks, so I can't sell wallpaper. I sold anything and everything. Right? So don't look out for a need and where you can get it cheap and resell it at a normal price for us.
Thank you so much. This session was really, really good. I myself learned a couple of things that I'm going to take back home and
promise I will help.
So thank you so much for staying this long with us, and I hope you're able to learn one thing or two, and you are inspired to start your own business. Thank you so much, Precious, for sharing from your wealth of knowledge with us. So thank you for joining us in today's video. If you like this video, click on the like button and you can comment down below one thing that you have learned from this video. You can share with your friend that is still thinking of starting a business. This is probably their cue to start a business. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.